Hi, this is Sidra and you're watching me on your YouTube channel Trends 21 by Sidra Rajab. Rajab is my husband's name. Without wasting any time, let's proceed and see what is for today. It's a course took from the kindergarten's level and you are supposed to cover it. Once you cover this course, I mean that you complete 10 videos of this level, means level 1, then we are going to move towards level 2. And be sure about it, it is very serious work to do if you are intended to speak English. Let me tell you one thing, that you are going to just listen it carefully, and for the second time you are going to rewind the video, and then for the third time you are again going to rewind the video and see what you wish for. First go just means to listen it carefully, then second time you are going to read aloud with me. If you want to give me the pauses automatically, just inform me in the comment section, or whatever the way you wish, I will follow it. I mean, I follow the pattern which I have studied in the language labs. Now let's get started. The story is about a pigeon and an ant. The name is The Pigeon and the Ant. Once there was a brook that flowed through a green field. Beside it there lived an ant called Anthony. He lived with his brothers and sisters, and there were lots of them. One day Anthony's brothers and sisters were all busy. They had found a large piece of cake in the field. The cake was left by someone after a picnic. The ants marched in a long line to the picnic spot. Each of them in turn broke off a tiny piece of cake and carried it back to their nest. They worked hard for many hours. Now our Anthony was not too well that day, so he stayed at home. He sat around wondering what to do. Then his aunt Anthea found him and said, "Anthony, why don't you sit by the brook? The fresh air and sunshine will make you feel better, dear." "Thank you, Aunt Anthea," said Anthony. "I think I shall do just that." And off he went. Means at once he went. But you know what young people are like? They simply cannot sit still for long. Yes, it is true. Anthony was no different. He sat for a while in the sunshine, then he saw a long twig which stretched out over the brook. "That looks like fun," said Anthony to himself. "I shall bounce up and down on the twig." So Anthony climbed up the twig and it began to bend closer and closer on the water. It swung up and down and from side to side. Anthony was having a good ride. And then snap. Suddenly the twig broke and Anthony fell with a tiny plop into the running water. "Help! Help!" shouted Anthony, but no one heard him. His brothers and sisters were busy, and anyway, how many of us can hear an ant even if he is in trouble? Then out of the sky came a large white pigeon. She flew down onto the bank and very quickly broke off a wide piece of grass. She dropped the grass right next to Anthony. Little Anthony climbed on the grass. Soon the grass got stuck in some reeds and Anthony climbed on the bank. What a lucky escape. The first part of the lesson is over. Now it is about the next one. A week went by. Anthony felt much better. he joined his brothers and sisters in their hunt for food. "Today we are going to clean up the bank of the brook," said the eldest ant. "Keep in line and don't get lost." Anthony and the other ants followed the eldest ant. They marched in line towards the brook. At the brook, one of the scouting ants shouted, "Packet of biscuits over here!" All the ants went to see what he had found. Washed up on the bank was a packet of biscuits. "How careless," said the eldest ant. "Now come on, let's clean up all this mess." The ants got busy. They broke off bits of biscuit and carried them in line back to their nests. As the ants worked, they heard the cooing of a pigeon. Anthony looked up. He saw the white pigeon who had saved him. Anthony smiled. He wanted to wave the pigeon, but he found this a bit difficult because an ant cannot wave her hand visibly or his hand. The ant went up and down the bank of the brook. The pigeon sat in the tree and cooed. Then along the bank came a young boy. He was carrying a bow and arrow. He too saw the white pigeon sitting in the tree. He crept along the bank, hiding behind the long reeds. He came closer and closer. "Aha," said the boy. "That fat pigeon looks good. I can hit it from here." The boy quietly drew the bow and took aim, and then suddenly the air was filled with a loud shout. "Aye!" The bow and arrow crashed to the ground. The boy leaped up into the air. The pigeon flapped her wings and flew off in a hurry. The boy bent down to look at his foot. There was a tiny red mark on his heel. And Anthony, he was nowhere to be seen. Now the exercise is a bit interesting. Question number 1 is, what were the ants doing? The ants were doing very hard work. They were trying to take the food towards their nests, and they were cleaning the brook. Question number 2 is, why was Anthony not working? Because he was not feeling well, or he was unwell. Number 3, where did his aunt tell him to go and why? Her aunt asked him to sit beside the brook and take some sunshine and fresh air to feel better. And why? Because he was not feeling well, or he was bored, or he was uneasy to work. That's why. Question number 4. How did the pigeon help Anthony? The pigeon dropped a grass leaf and saved Anthony from drowning when Anthony was asking for help. Question number 5 is, why did Anthony smile and want to wave at the pigeon? Anthony smiled because Anthony recognized the pigeon and he wanted to wave him because he wanted to tell the pigeon that he remarks him. Question number 6. Why did the boy drop his bow and arrow and shout? Because Anthony bit him. Very good. What do you learn from this story? I think this is just as a cliche as we have read about it many times. A friend in need is a friend indeed. So this is just as that a little acquaintance came to save the life twice. Once the pigeon came to save the life of ant, and the second time ant was intended to save the life of pigeon. So it is just a story that is giving us a lesson to help when somebody needs you, and specifically the one who helped you once. Now the last question is, mention 2 good qualities Anthony had. Anthony had 2 good qualities. Number 1 is very dear to me, that he was an active ant, because he was unable to stay quietly, silently at the side of the brook. He just wanted to get well soon. And the second one quality was that he had a great heart to help back the people. The lesson is over, but I just want to make it clear that don't think that I am going to improve your words meanings, the synonyms or vocabularies. No. My intention is to improve you, to make you fluent in English. And trust me, if somebody challenges you, or somebody gives you a lesson, or somebody just, how should I say that? Somebody just tells you that he or she can teach you, and he just starts speaking another language, whether if it is Urdu or English, he's not serious about you. He's just maybe flashing her knowledge. He's just showering his impression upon you. No, I'm sorry to say, if somebody is, I'm compelled to speak Urdu and Hindi during my videos, because I am teaching you tenses at another side. But when I am concerned to tell you how to speak English or how to be fluent in English, it could only be done by speaking English. If you're not speaking it, it's of no usage. If you're taking all my classes of tenses and imitation and just to listen it and just to enjoy, no, it is of no usage. Please try to speak English and be fluent. Thank you so much. Goodbye.